Hi, I'm Ann Spiegel, and I'd like to show you how to use Google Presentation and Google Forms to create active guided learning lessons that engage your students and streamline your assessment process. One of my favorite things about information technology is how a little time invested up front can save a lot of time down the road. Let me show you how. There are lots of cool tools to use to create or mash up guided learning lessons. MentorMob, WebQuest, Teacher's Domain are all fabulous resources for teaching and learning. But when you combine a Google presentation with a Google form and the resulting data sheet containing your students' brilliant work, you've got a process for learning that can be active and engaging and streamline your classroom management. I first learned about this new trend for Google presentations from Kate Cheell's Google FlipPaks presentation at the Google Apps for Education California Summit. Do take a moment to review this prezo. It describes this process for active learning homework assignments, and she shows examples of her work and active lessons, the meaningful assignments. Oops, uh-oh. Let me shut that off. And these assignments are done via forms. Then you get the results embedded in a spreadsheet. To show you how to do this, I've embedded the instruction in a presentation template. You can get to this template from my website or from your own home drive. In your home drive, when you click on Create, an option to choose is From Template. When you click on From Template, you are taken to the template gallery. If you narrow your selection down to presentations, you'll quickly find the FlipPak template. Click on Use this template. This makes a copy of this file to your home drive. Essentially, you're copying a master document, which will remain unaltered in the gallery, and now this is your own copy that you can play with. In this, I've embedded notes and instructions and tips for you to learn how to use Google Presentations for active learning. Some of this is straightforward. You navigate through presentations with this slide gallery. If you click on slide 2, for example, it takes you to this slide. To get to the speaker notes, click on View and make sure Show Speaker Notes is selected. That shuts it off. I'll turn it back on, and you can see them at the bottom. It's a little bit small. If you click on this ellipse on this bar, hold your mouse key down and drag up, you'll see some instructions I've included, tips and tricks and links to help you navigate this cool process. I've got links to Kate Cheell's presentation here, her lesson examples, form examples, and Teacher's Domain, because they have some great examples for this sort of guided learning presentation. If you do end up using this presentation for your students, you'll want to delete these speaker notes, unless you want them to see them for some reason, and delete these extra slides. Just click on that and hit delete, and it's gone. Moving on to slide 2, this is simply a potential title slide. You can change this text to something meaningful for your lesson. If you want to insert text, if you click over here, you're not going to be able to type text. You have to have a text box. You go to Insert, Text Box, you get a draw box, and that's where you can type your information. You can't see it here because of the way I've got this background and images. I'll show you how to do that next. When you want to add images to your Google Docs, you can't just cut and paste. You have to upload the image to your document. To do that, you click on Insert, Image. You have a couple different options for how you select your image. If you know the URL, you can use that. Take a snapshot with your document camera, or upload. I've saved some images to my desktop. Click on choose an image to upload, and that takes me to my drive. Click on the file that I want, open, and there it is. And so that's how I've set up this slide with this image. I've just enlarged it to fill that space. Don't forget to make sure your media is fair use or copyright free. Make sure we're modeling good digital citizenship. A couple of other ways to decorate your slides. In the slide menu, you can actually use that image as a background. Click on background. Rather than inserting the image to the slide, I'll specify that image to be used in the background. Choose an image to upload, and when I select the Learn JPEG this time, it fills the whole screen. I can click on Done, and if I delete this, you'll see what happens. There are also themes you can choose. Change theme, and you can select from a number of themes that will decorate all of your slides at once, or you can just choose a color. Background, color, and there it is. Or you can apply it to all of them. I'm not going to do that, so I'll hit done and undo. Moving on to the next slide, just suggestions to insert fun images or graphics to illustrate your lesson. I've got a video here just to show you how to do that, to insert a video. You basically go to Insert, Video, and if you know the URL, you can put that there. I've got a video search plugged in here, and my video popped up at the top. When I click on this, it's going to start playing, and then you do select, and there it is, and you can move it around and resize it. And moving on to the next slide, click on there, and this again is just a sample format with some reminders to set up your essential questions or your lesson objectives. I did put some videos in here for you that you might enjoy that talk about how to use Google presentations. This one's about how to insert a video, and this link takes you to Google Training for Presentations. Slide 5, just another possible format for setting up your lesson. And then in the cyan group of slides, I've got some suggested formats for delivering your content. Insert some videos with some text. You might want to add vocabulary, more links, more videos, models, examples. The next 3 slides are a neat way to check for understanding. Instead of linking to a URL or another resource, you can link to a slide within a presentation. So I've got a question slide, a correct answer slide, a wrong answer slide, and on the wrong answer slide you can suggest they go back for review, go back to the beginning and review the work, or go on to the assignment. Adding these links is easy to do. You highlight the text, and it's showing that I've got it going to slide 2, but I'm going to show you. You go into Insert, you can choose Link, or a link is right there on your menu bar, or you can do a shortcut key, Control K. When you go to Insert Link, you can link to a web address, put in the URL, an email address, or we're selecting a slide. So we want to go back to slide 2, which is the beginning. Click on OK. And to change this one, it's going to slide 11, where the student learning assignment is to be conducted. These green slides are meant to show a potential assignment for your students. You can put in your different steps that you want them to conduct. You might embed a rubric, graphic organizer. I've got links to some of those. We've got some rubrics in the template gallery. But the whole point of this is to embed a form with the student assignment so that you can have the student work show up in a spreadsheet and easily assess it. On this page, we're meant to put a link on this click here on a form that doesn't yet exist. So we've got to create that form. Down here in the notes, I've got some links to Kate Cheel's work so you can review her examples. And here I've got a link to get to a flip-back form template. Click on that, takes you to the template gallery directly instead of going through your home drive. And you can click on Use this template. And again, this copies the document to your home drive. Takes you right into edit mode for forms. Just a real quick review of how to do forms. You can learn about forms in another lesson because it's getting long. You can add a question with this button, change the look and feel here with the themes. To edit the questions, as you cursor over these, you'll see that a question each is indicated with this yellow bar. To edit it, click on the pencil. And you can add help text, change the question type. You've got text, paragraph text, choose from a list, all sorts of options. Once you have your questions set up the way you want them to appear to your students, we can share this form. If you go to the spreadsheet by clicking on See Responses, if you don't remember to do this, it's in your drive. So just look in your home drive and you'll find the spreadsheet. And your students' work will appear in these rows and columns in this spreadsheet. We're going to go to Form because we still have to put it in our presentation. This is how you edit your form. You can send it via email. You can go to the live form is what we're going to do rather than embed it in a web page. Go to live form, and we need this URL to link it in our presentation. This is the form as it will appear to your students, but we need to get them there from the presentation. So if you click up in the address bar and highlight the whole URL, you can do Control-C with your keyboard or right-click and get the shortcut menu, copy, and that will copy that URL to your clipboard. Return to your presentation, highlight the text that we want that link to be on, and we'll click on this Insert Link button. And I'll delete the information here in this. And Control-V with your keyboard or right-click, and this will paste that long URL. Click on OK. Now when the students reach the end of this presentation, they can click on this link and get to your fabulous form for their assignment. One last step, you have to publish this to the web. To do that, you click on File, and down here you see Publish to the Web. Click on that. It will ask you if you really want to publish. Well, first it asks if you want only Forest Hills schools to see it. I'm going to start publishing. Ask if you're sure, so OK. And now you've got a document link that you can share with your students. You've got some embed code to use to embed this presentation in your website, and you're good to go. Now you've got a presentation you can share with your students. It's got some great setup, content, and a fabulous engaging assignment. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.